Happy Friday, ladies. If you guys would like a more refined DZ that talks a little sultry like this, put a heart in the chat. Let me see what we got. Thank you for the ones. Let's see if we got some sultry sippers here. Okay. I see somebody wants me to be sultry and sexy and all of that good stuff. If you want, the hell with that, right? You want to go ahead and get it in because black women are dying and it's not a goddamn game. Let me get some fire emojis because I'm just taking a quick poll here, trying to see what the hell's going on. Because I didn't think being nice about the shit was very, very smart at all. You only want people fired up when you're having problems, huh? No, baby. I look like these women that's having a bunch of problems. That's what the fuck I'm talking about right there, goddammit. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna be sultry and sexy and bring my tits first and all of that extra shit. No. We're gonna talk about what's going on. And when talking about violence, talking about black women dying, talking about all this other stuff that could be at your doorstep, I ain't gonna be nice about it. Let's see who we got here today. Cold Fire is here. Zarita's here. Chocolate Goddess is here. Colette's here. Kaya Bug is here. You know what? I need to make me some more moderators too because people don't like when I'm not sultry. They don't like when I'm not sultry. I'm usually up here talking about, goddamn it, what the fuck is your problem? Right? Hey, Medusa. How are you? Geisha Peach is here. All right. Now, let me ask y'all a question again. Y'all gonna let these folks in Blackistan get away with this? I'm disappointed. I'm fucking disappointed. You mean to tell me that Blackistan was pretending like they were upset about dating apps incidents and ain't nobody talking about this current incident? First of all, let me tell y'all something. You remember the last one we talked about? She was on Bumble. I didn't even know that there was such a dating app called BLK Black. What? The name in itself is a goddamn red flag. You know, on a dating app called Black, some shit is going to go down, correct? But here's the deal. We had us a woman, a black lady, that was looking for love. She was looking for love. She just wanted to go on a date. She's black. She said, fuck it. Let me get on Black and see if I can't find me somebody to go on a date with. Well, she found somebody, and he was, black. Hey, Blackistan, why aren't you covering her story? You pretended 2 months ago to give a flying fuck. That's right, flag if you want to. I'm not here for that. You didn't give a flying fuck about this woman here, but you gave a fuck about the one because the boy was white. Second of all, ain't no murder still been proven yet. You motherfuckers are hypocritical and nuts. Listen, do not pay attention to anything Blackistan got going on. Their main fruit is hypocrisy. I don't see not one video about this woman that got shot in her head after dating someone on Black. Where is it? You gave a fuck 2 months ago. Okay, if you haven't heard of it, let me go ahead and share my screen so we can talk about the app Black. You hypocritical sons of whores. I cannot. Boom, there's a screen. Let's make sure this is turned up, and then let's go.
A shooting and several robbery victims, a dating app at the center of it all. Welcome back to News 2 at 4. I'm Alex Dennis.
And I'm Erica Francis. A man suspected of shooting a woman in the head and leaving her in a parking lot is now in custody. Police.
Now you heard of it. Where you at? This was available too. But you wanted to try to scare black women away from leaving your ass. I get it. But your hypocrisy is showing. Your bra strap is showing. Your lies are showing. Why ain't, I swear to you, y'all, there's hundreds of, I'm sorry, thousands upon thousands of views concerning Lauren. May she rest in peace. Not one video about this dating app situation, and this just happened this week. Where you at? Where are you? Come on.
Police say he would contact women online and then rob them.
News 2's Kenley Hargett has the News 2 crime tracker alert for us. Scary stuff, Kenley.
Yes, it is. Police say he is 20-year-old Isaiah Kamari Burr, but used an alias name of KSO Dunario to meet the 20-year-old victim through a popular dating app.
It's one of the negative sides to social media. Someone goes hunting for a victim online. Metro Police say that's exactly what happened here. According to investigators, Isaiah Burr would use a popular African-American dating app to find victims to rob, and not just in Tennessee. But this time, they say it took an even more violent turn when Shayna Sherrill crashed into the Bank of America on Dickerson Pike last Saturday. Witnesses say after the crash, a man got out of the rear driver's side, pulled Sherrill out of the car, and then ran off with the backpack. Doctors only realizing Sherrill had been shot in the head after she arrived at the hospital. The crime leading to a warning from a Nashville-based nonprofit called You Have the Power that helps crime victims. The CEO has an ominous warning for those who look for love online.
Unfortunately, more common than it should be, and it doesn't always end up as horribly as this young woman's experience, but it does happen. And again, we have it in our power to protect ourselves, and we should do it. it's great meeting new people, and it's great to, look for maybe a good romantic relationship, but it needs to happen in a very safe way.
Police say Burr's case does indeed show it is more common than it should be. They know of several robbery victims and fear there are more out there. He has outstanding warrants in both Indiana and Kentucky.
Are you surprised that he has warrants? Are you surprised that he's a career criminal? Are you surprised by any of this? It gets better, y'all. This is not the only woman he did it to. This is just the worst case. Blackistan, Mammies, Dusties, you got me all fucked up. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. And what gets me is the people that was sitting on the fence. Soon as some shit go down that Blackistan talking about, it's like, oh, well, I guess everybody bad. I guess everybody bad. When I was looking up the news clip to this particular story, I put in the search engine, Black dating app death. We're going to put a whole slideshow together about it. Come to find out, this happens regularly. Now, Blackistan, I thought you said that if you're a single Black woman, you should probably try to date within your race because it's safer. You want kids that look like you all this extra shit. Why aren't you covering this? Couldn't stop you from covering Lauren. I mean, y'all got Lauren pictures all over the place, and she deserves her just due. She deserves her attention. All that. Accolades, flowers, and RIPs. But you're not going to pretend like you haven't seen these. You're not going to do that shit. If you want to go head up, we can. No problem. But you're not going to ignore these cases. See, when y'all say I ignore cases, right? Nah, I put the shit right up here and tell you what happened. All day, every day. I just tell you what happened. But for some reason, over on the Blackistani side, they miss these type of stories. That's very interesting to me. Very interesting to me. Let me show you the other clip concerning this frog-faced son of a goddamn bitch. Let's go.
A woman who thought she was meeting a man for a date is now left fighting for her life.
Police say a man used a dating app to lure her in and ended up shooting her in the head. News Channel 5's Kelsey Gibbs spoke with a domestic violence advocate who reminds anyone using these apps to stay alert.
Thousands of people use dating apps in efforts to find love, but unfortunately, some people use it to commit crimes. And the Tennessee Coalition to End Domestic Violence knows about this. So
she's mentioning two of y'all problems because y'all whoop y'all woman's asses 3 times more likely than any other race of men. You want to go down that rabbit hole or no? Because we can do this all day. What Black women need to do is get their asses away from you. Point blank, period. Okay? You are not worth them risking their lives for you. You're not. You're not. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not. It comes with nothing. It comes with baby mamahood. It comes with a whole lot of heartache and a lot of financial issues. Let's not go there. And you might get a black eye just because. Y'all not going to pretend like you missed this. I'll be waiting for the response videos to this case. Let's finish this up.
they're issuing warnings for those who are on these sites so they don't become a victim.
Most important thing to remember is that it is never the victim's fault. If you experience violence related to somebody that you met on a dating app, it is not your fault.
Excuse me, lady. Blackistan said it is the victim's fault because she chose wrong. Do you remember that statement that you had to hear every other goddamn day? It's their fault. They chose wrong. But this time she chose you. She chose you, Tyrone. She chose you, Dusty. And this is the one time I agree with you. When she chose you, she in fact did choose wrong.
Police say 20-year-old Isaiah Burr shot a woman in the head over the weekend. She survived, but is on life support. Police believe Burr met the woman through a dating app. They say it was part of a plan to rob her. Police think he may have more victims in other states.
I think that dating sites are becoming aware of some of the tragic things that have happened with people who've met up on these sites.
Kathy Walsh is the executive director of the Tennessee Coalition to End Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault. She says dating apps are popular, but people need to be safe.
If they press you to give them personal information, in the very beginning of this online texting each other, never give anybody any personal information, from your home address to where you work.
She says don't be afraid to block and report someone on the app if you feel like something is wrong. In Nashville, Kelsey Gibbs, News Channel 5.
I'll wait. If the hypocrisy is not clear as day to you at this point, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see it. You don't. These people spent 2 months. Even some of the people that I thought, was kosher, pointed this out several goddamn times with the Lauren situation. Why is this sister sitting up on life support and ain't getting none of your attention? Aaliyah, why?
Oh, well, I just want to start by saying don't change your delivery. I mean, we're not here to prove our femininity to anybody. The time for niceties is over. If you want somebody to be nice to you, then I suggest you contact the local mammy near you and have her be nice to you. But having said that, this is what Blackistan does. They create an entire circus around cases like Lawrence Smith Fields, which nobody has bothered to revisit that case ever since they heard her Black brother was a suspect.
Okay.
That wasn't lost on me, that all the noise suddenly went away when his involvement came into question. They did the same thing with Asia Maynard, and now there's complete silence on this woman. This is why I would never consider myself a part of a community that only cares about my death when somebody non-Black does it. I mean, this is what the hell I was talking about a couple days ago. Somebody birthed this, and now somebody else's child is dead. So if you felt touched by what I said on Tuesday, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I did not say it much sooner, and perhaps you should reevaluate your life, because everybody is suffering for our poor choices now. They are literally destroying everything they touch and everybody they come in contact with. They are destroying everything in their wake, whether it's people, lives, entire neighborhoods. It doesn't matter. They are destroying everything. And now this family, another family, has to deal with a loss. Now I'm going to need somebody to get his mama on the line and find out what the fuck went wrong. Because I guarantee you, she's somewhere in the background saying, this is not like him. I didn't raise him to be this way, and creating excuses for somebody like this. That's why I said they have to be called to the carpet too. Because when shit like this hits the fan, they're somewhere defending their son's actions.
Mm-hmm.
More likely than not. That's usually the case. They're somewhere on the news next to Reverend Al Sharpton or BLM or some other group like that, screaming about how he has been mistreated by the system. So that's why I say they have to be called to the carpet too, because somebody else's family is missing one of their loved ones because it is bullshit.
Listen, absolutely, I agree 100%. I'm like, the silence is deafening. It's deafening. This is nothing but the protection of Black males. That's all it is. That's all it is. What happened to prayers up? She's on life support. No prayers up because what? He was young. What's happening here? It bothers me the most that the Black women will side with Dusty when something like this happens versus what happened to Lauren. Mammies, where are you? Where are you? You don't give this woman her flowers because her date was Black? That's corny as hell, and I don't understand. Ebony.
Well, I would go a bit further. Black Lives Matter, really? But here's the thing. Black Lives Matter when a Black man is shot by somebody non-Black and he dies. Nobody else's lives matter. I don't care if you are brown and a child.
Mhm.
If you are Black and a woman, if you are Black and your perpetrator is Black, your life don't matter.
Worth a damn.
This is nothing new going on in the dating world, actually, in terms of online dating. You always have to have a first date, right? But when when you have a first date with somebody and shooting you in the head, that's more than likely in Blackistan. More than likely. So there'll be another grave. There's gonna be some more taxpayer money go out because this child is almost dead. Maybe dead by now.
I don't know exactly where the bullet was placed. I just know it was in her head. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe a miracle will happen. Maybe a miracle will happen. But Blackistan is so toxic that they'll come back and say, well, at least she didn't die. And I'm not even being hyperbolic right now. They will say
No,
that.
you're not. You're not being hyperbolic. But the thing about it is, the BC Black collective, Black community, it's toxic on so many different levels. I don't think anybody who is still in Blackistan really understands what love of self and others mean.
No, they don't.
So I am not going to. I would tell young women, don't risk your life looking for 0.2% of the population. Now, for all those Black women who have somebody who's a unicorn enough, I guess, a unicorn enough, happy for you. Knock yourself out. But I would never, ever tell young women who are single and looking for something in their lives that's positive. Blackistan is not the place you go. You put your hand down in the sewer, you're going to come up with a turd more than likely. Not a diamond, but a big, fat, nasty ass turd. Those are your chances, Black women, Black girls. Those are your chances. And if he doesn't hit you on the first date or shoot you in the head on the first date, you still have a high risk of it happening later. Longer you stay.
During breakup time, that's exactly what happens.
If he doesn't stalk your ass first, he's gonna stalk you first.
Right.
He's gonna stalk you first. You belong to me, bitch. Or I need your apartment, bitch. I need your car keys, bitch. So make some babies for me, bitch. I mean, I'm sorry. It's not worth it. And the Black community, whatever you want to call it, I won't even call it a collective anymore. It's not even a community, because a community of people take care of each other. Right, DC?
All day.
That's what a community, a true community does.
The base word is commune.
Exactly.
Okay?
Black men are not
with each other.
They are not communal. No. Black men are just not communal. They're all about gratification of self first. They don't give a flying flip about anything or anyone else.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter. Woohoo!
Girl, that shit is a joke. It's a joke. And they have literally outed themselves. Nobody had to out them. People notice patterns. And the pattern is, if it's not a Black man that's getting his ass handed to him, then the Black life don't matter. Period. What's happening, Shane? Welcome to the panel.
Hey, DZ. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Listen, y'all just always sum it up. I mean, I never have anything to say because y'all always on point with everything. I'm just wondering that if these grapes are we know that they're crazy in person, why in the world would we go online looking for them when people in general act an ass even more so online? So, I mean, if they're looking online, they're up to no good. That's all I have to say.
Let's bring the math into it, Shane. And I agree with what you're saying. They always talking about how, basically unicorns are not abundant in the Black community. They're not. So if a Black man is on a dating app, when he has access to so many of y'all, that alone is a red flag. The fuck you mean? You couldn't find nobody in your neighborhood, at the grocery store? I would say at your job, but then that would be me being extra. He couldn't find nobody. As many of these Black women that basically worship Black men, want Black men, think that they can do no wrong, you would think that he would be able to find somebody locally. The fact that he's on the dating app with so many, he has the run of the pics with y'all. He doesn't have to have anything because you're going to speak life into him. You're going to fill out his job application. You're going to take him off child support. Huh? Don't think I didn't see that goddamn TikTok. You're going to take him off child support and assist him to be even more of a deadbeat than what he already was. This is what y'all doing. Y'all doing everything. Everything. So if he can't find somebody nearby that he can actually see and feel their temperature, something's already wrong with him. He's either already married, he's already somebody baby daddy, he's deadbeat, he's this, that, and the third. Hell, some of these people are doing dating apps from jail. You think I'm bullshitting? They have a dating service for prisoners. And guess what? They have people signing up for it. You mammies out here free and signing up to be bonded with somebody that's probably going to get out and stomp your ass to the curb. What's going on, Elle?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. What makes me sad is that if it's a black male that has harmed a black woman or murked her, they literally don't care. Nobody cares in the black community. They just don't care.
Not
And
even
that's
black
what
women though, Elle. That's the craziest part. Not even black women care.
they don't. The black women, nobody don't care. The black women don't care. Nobody else cares, as long as their violator is a black man. And that's what's crazy and delusional about it, and it really bothers me that as long as he black, don't y'all know I've heard black women say, "Oh, I'd rather be killed by a black man than a
Yes.
white man."
I heard that shit
What?
too. I saw it on Facebook. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. She typed that shit, read it over, and then said, "Looks good," and posted it.
Yes.
What?
That's scary. And it's crazy because that's the only reason they're not talking about any of the stories that you're talking about. And it just makes me sad that they don't care because it was done by another black man. They want him to get away with it.
Listen,
They don't want them to ever be punished or called to the carpet for their bad behavior and bad choices and detrimental bad choices.
well, even if they were able to call them to the carpet, Elle, the fact of the matter is this: they won't be held accountable. What you're gonna see, I was watching a show last night. Dude from Atlanta killed a couple of homeless people, whatever. He began in the interrogation room saying why he did it. It had nothing to do with him. It had everything to do with his upbringing, what he saw on TV, what rappers were doing, what the white man was doing. He even blamed slavery. I'm going to show y'all that shit when we get in the Discord. But yes, he said everybody's responsible but him. So even calling them to the carpet ain't going to do a damn thing. That's just the fact of the matter.
It's ridiculous because even with that mammy who was bragging like she was actually schooling somebody because she took her baby dad off child support, and I just feel like, do these women not see how sad they sound? And I'm sure somebody made her think that that was a good thing and she just this real ass woman. But let's be honest, your man paid the very minimum in child support, if that. And you mean to tell me you procreated with somebody who couldn't do shit for your child and you had to relieve him of that duty just so he could try to be in another position? So you mean to tell me he was that fucked up behind the little amount that they are court ordered to pay, which is not a lot to begin with, and you had a baby with that, and now you're up here bragging because you had to relieve him of his duty. You had a baby with somebody who couldn't even afford to give your child the bare minimum. And you think that makes you sound like a real woman? That's why I say these women have no clue about what it means. They just run their goddamn mouth all the time. You don't know shit about womanhood or femininity. You had a baby with somebody you had to literally take off child support just so he could have something. And you think that's a good thing? And you're encouraging other women to do that shit? And you think that's a good idea?
She opted to basically become his daddy. She took him off child support and basically put herself on it. And I think the average is what, like $45 a week, if I'm not mistaken, that black men pay.
Exactly. And he didn't pay that. And you're bragging about having to relieve him of that duty. And you got people cheering that bullshit on. They already don't pay what they should be paying to begin with. And you mean to tell me he couldn't even do that?
I'm
Well,
sorry.
And you're
People
proud of that?
actually, they celebrate. These people celebrate the deaths of Black women.
they do.
They actually celebrate the deaths of Black women, the detrimental effects that happen to Black women. They celebrate that shit. But the minute you hold one of these people accountable for their actions, oh well, there's the excuses come out. Only in Blackistan can just a harmless date turn into a death sentence.
Okay. Okay. They was reaching so far, even after Lauren's toxicology report came out. It's like, nope, nope, nope. He did it. Nope, he did it. But the thing is, I have a story here about a white girl that was done that way by a Black male. Where is the goddamn coverage? Where is it? You can't hide this shit. These news stations got YouTube channels too. So when a story comes up and it's everywhere, and you're silent, you're telling on yourself. We address the things that happen in divest world when shit goes wrong, but y'all, y'all want to say everybody's a unicorn and folks is farting rainbows and all kind of shit, and that's not it. And I don't like how they fooling these little girls. That pisses me off because, yo, welcome to the panel, Gemini.
Hey, DZ, how are you?
Awesome sauce. How are you?
Good. So I just got here. So exactly what are we talking about?
Well,
I am so sorry. I'm late
right.
to the party.
There
I
was
just want to.
Let me tell you what happened. There's a
Hi.
Black woman that got shot after using a dating app called Black, and the Black community is not covering it. Meanwhile, 2 months ago, Lauren, who OD'd on her date, and she was with a white guy, that was everywhere. And the hypocrisy is astounding. I haven't seen anybody other than like news stations covering this shit. So that's where we at with it. And we also talked about child support, but you know, that's a whole nother dog.
Oh, I see. You know, that's kind of funny. Because when I went out on a date like a month ago with a white man, there were two Black men that were sitting adjacent to us, and this one Black guy could not stop staring at me. So I'm pretty sure that, yeah, whenever a white man gets with a Black woman, they have a severe hatred for the both of us.
Well, that's
so
gonna
I'm
be
not
their
surprised that when Miss Lauren Fields, is that her name?
Smithfields, yes.
Smithfield. So I'm not surprised that when she supposedly, allegedly got murdered by allegedly this white man, like everybody's saying, I'm not surprised that that got news coverage and the other story didn't.
Well, nobody's
I'm not
surprised
shocked.
by that. Blackistan is not going to paint Black men in a bad light. I don't give a damn what he did. His ass can start cannibalizing people, and they just gonna say he was hungry. Okay, and y'all need to leave that man alone. People need to eat, and that was the only thing around. He had to start chomping on this woman's thigh. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. It's the hypocrisy for me. Okay, it's the hypocrisy. So anyway, Aaliyah, it's on you before we move on. This is a damn shame. I need to see some videos about this woman. Pronto.
Well, no, the hypocrisy is always been there. It's here to stay. That's never gonna change. It's always okay, no matter whatever happens to you, as long as a Black man did it. As long as you're with the Black man, that's all they care about. It doesn't matter if he beats your ass. It doesn't matter if he cheats on you. It doesn't matter whatever he does to you. Even if you go out on a date with him and he tries to rob you and ends up shooting you in the head, which is essentially what happened in this case, it doesn't matter. Just the fact that it was a Black man, they will find a way to justify what it is that happened. And it's usually going to be, well, she had no business doing it. It's always she. It's never him. It's about what she shouldn't have done. She shouldn't have been on that dating site trying to find anybody. But she should have vetted better. She should have arranged to meet him out. She should have did this. She should have. It's never about what they do. They are not accountable for anything. Everything is always going to come down to being your fault as the woman, period.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I'll always, though, be baffled at the women that co-sign this shit. Y'all, that woman looks like you. And if you did go in that on that date in replacement of her that would have been you. Why they don't have empathy and compassion for women that look like them, I have no clue. No clue. I don't ever want to taste a Dusty Snacks. Them motherfuckers must be good as fuck, because they literally will throw you up under the bus, then run you over, and then back the fuck up back up over to your body. I just don't get it. I don't. Oh my God. Anyway, ladies, to piggyback off of what another panelist said, can y'all please stop having these churn, please? Before I get started with this next story, right? This victim was 73 years old. 73 years old. Can you imagine living 73 years and your life ends like this? Well, how did it end, DZ? Well, let me tell you. Some teenage carjackers dragged her. Her arm got detached from her body as they drove away with her SUV. No, the arm actually came the fuck off. Dead ass serious. Look at your churn. Let's look at your kids.
Monday afternoon, Austin Northcott knew something was wrong in his mid-city neighborhood.
I heard screaming, like you're about to die sort of scream, like one you don't hear. It's just not a normal scream.
Those screams were from a 73-year-old woman across the street who police say was carjacked and dragged to death by her own SUV. Witnesses say it happened when a vehicle pulled up next to her parked SUV on North Scott Street.
It's just heartbreaking to see that.
Witnesses say the woman was caught in her seatbelt and dragged as her SUV sped off on Bienville Avenue, just steps away from Mark and Leanne Mascar's front door.
I just started screaming and running because I just wanted to get this person from this car. And if I could do that, I could help this person.
The look on her face says it all. Imagine what that looked like. A 73-year-old woman being dragged down the street by her own SUV and her arm gets detached. I've only seen something like that in a fucking scary movie. But this is real life for y'all in Blackistan. Dead ass. And you keep having them. If you can't control your animal, you should not be a pet owner. Come on now.
Police say the woman's arm eventually detached from her body on North Pierce Street, freeing her from the SUV. Neighbors ran over to try and help.
She was still breathing. She was very slowly breathing.
I tried to call 911. Unfortunately, the phone rang for over 4 minutes and 45 seconds before I hung up from 911.
Todd Ecker says someone eventually got through. Mascar says it took 10 to 15 minutes for paramedics to get there.
She's still breathing. I could feel a pulse. And the anger was like, where the hell is the ambulance? You know, we were there and I kept hearing loads of police cars turn up, but no ambulance.
When it did, paramedics pronounced the woman dead, leaving folks in this neighborhood horrified and police searching for 4 suspects.
I didn't just see the car.
Here we go. There go y'all babies. A boy and 3 handmaidens. The ones y'all raising to protect black males. There you go. These people detached a woman's arm. Words doesn't even give it justice. It doesn't give it justice. And the fact that her arm had to be detached to free her from the SUV is nuts. It's nuts. So if her arm didn't come the hell off, she would have still been being dragged.
Okay, here's the Blackistani excuse. Well, they should have chose their victim better.
Lord have mercy.
I said they're raising terrorists, but I guess it hits different when we say it. They're raising terrorists. There's no other way to describe this behavior. And I give up.
Look, I'm here with you. I give up. Look, don't be surprised when this story develops, that when the parents come out, well, the mothers, I don't like to say parents when it come down to Blackistan, because usually the fathers ain't there. When the mothers come up, they're all going to be poorly influenced. They were hanging with the wrong crowd. They normally don't do stuff like this.
That's slavery. Forget the slavery. Put in slavery.
Every excuse, I swear. And they swear that it's always, they swear that this is young white boy behavior and incel behavior and all this shit. Like up until now, they have pretended like they have raised angels in this community.
Oh
That it's
yeah.
everybody else children that was fucked up and that their children just did not do these types of things. And now the truth is coming out. It's like, no, your children are fucking up everything and everybody. And it's becoming more and more obvious to everybody that who the real problem is. Like, this shit is on national television. And those aren't Black people that was affected by this. So they went to a white community, it looks like, and pulled this shit.
Yeah,
That's what
the
I said.
dust is
They're
spreading.
fucking up everything. They are fucking up everything. But we aren't allowed to say that, though.
I bet I say it. We gonna say that because that's what's happening. Nobody is safe when the dust spreads. Once the dust is there, all you can do is put a for sale sign in front of your house and move on. And look, you ain't got to wait till the damn shit sell. Rent it to somebody so the mortgage can be paid. Because once the dust enters, there is no turning back. Because all they're gonna do is make excuses for said behavior. I guarantee you, like these children, I'll call them, look around 17-ish. Now, mammies, help me out here. Whenever your daughter's 17 years old and she wants to get with somebody in their 20s, you say that she's basically a grown woman. But when they kill somebody, all of a sudden they kids, you're going to have to pick a struggle. You're going to have to pick a struggle. I feel like they should charge all three of them with as an adult. I'm sorry. They basically mutilated somebody. Mutilated. The fact that her arm came off is what freed her from the attack. I don't think y'all understand what I'm saying. She would have got dragged as far as they was going had that arm not come off. And that's some sad shit.
I'm sorry. When it comes to murder, you ain't no child.
Period. I feel the same way. I do. You know, I'm like 12, 13 on up.
May I say something?
Of course.
I definitely agree with the other woman. I don't know your name. I'm so sorry.
That's Ebony.
When it comes to ending someone's life, especially trying to purposely end their life or cause them serious harm to where they die, you should be tried as an adult. I don't care.
Yeah, I agree 150%. Dead ass serious. You don't get to keep your so-called innocent, your childhood innocence once you've taken somebody off this planet and they wasn't trying to get off this planet. Sorry, not the fuck sorry. Okay. Welcome to the
story
panel.
is so sad.
It is. Go ahead, Elle. I know you ready to go in, especially
Girl,
looking at who did it.
I'm hardly ever speechless, but I'm speechless on this because it just makes me so sad that motherfuckers is going to these extremes, and somebody literally a limb got separated from their entire body
Right.
over nothing. Over nothing. It just hurts me. It really makes me sad. It really
makes
does.
you scared. At least it makes me scared to get old because people tend to not have, especially in Blackistan, let me say that, they tend not to have any respect, right, for the body of an elderly person. Nobody said you had to go up and kiss this old woman's ass. Nobody said you had to carry her groceries and none of that shit. But you don't have the right to break her damn arm off of her body. Okay, you don't have to walk around, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. You don't have to do that. Nobody's telling you to do that, but you don't have the right to violate somebody. You don't know what that woman was like. You have no clue. Only the people that know her knew what she was like. It's not for you to sit up here and decide whether she should be able to have her damn SUV. Are you serious?
They don't respect anyone.
No, they don't. They don't. I don't want these motherfuckers nowhere near me. And when I'm in my 70s, okay? Nowhere near me. Let me just go ahead and check out. Because if they are the ones that's supposed to be responsible for the elderly, no, absolutely not. Welcome, Pink Packet. How are you? Pink Extra. I'm sorry.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
We can.
Okay, because I'm in Japan right now, and you cannot escape the nakers all the way in Tokyo. These do-rag brand.
Please stop playing. Are you serious?
I'm in Tokyo right now. Yes, I am. I'm on vacation.
And the dust has spread there?
You know, there's actually quite an African community here, and then you got, you know, the Nakers from the U.S., the Glocktavises, the Tyrones, the Daquans.
Where is my purse? I'm fixing to go. Not from Tokyo. Y'all didn't make a dust storm in Tokyo, did you? Where's my purse? Somebody hand me my cell phone and my purse, because I got to go. I got to go.
The
Where's my car
international
keys? I'm
dope
getting
is
the hell
real.
on. What?
The international
I
dope.
got a confession. I got 2 confessions, y'all.
What's up?
A moment of clarity. First one, I have several accounts, and guess what? I am supporting you from all of them. So I'm a part of your Patreon from like all of my 10 accounts. So that's one thing, because I love you so much, GZ. You're great.
Thank you for your support. I appreciate you.
Second thing, I understand, like just talking to like a lot of like the Black women, especially like that's on that's in that chat. Some of them do have kids by Nakers. I will say years ago, I decided to end a pregnancy by a Naker. And you want to know what? I fully support pro-choice. It was the best decision of my life. Who knows the women that I saved making that decision? And this same dusty air mattress Naker has 3 baby mamas to this day, and he's sleeping on his friend's couch. 7 years, Naker DAC free. Amen.
Wonderful. I'm sorry, but I'm still stuck on the fact that they dusting up Tokyo. My brain is blown away. I am still sitting here basically staring at the computer screen like she didn't just say that.
Yes.
Yeah, but Tokyo, they're not gonna, Japan is not gonna handle them for too long. Japan will not let them go wild and completely unchecked. That's the
I just
difference.
want to know what mammy bought their passport for them to get to Japan in the first place.
Listen, and listen, like one more thing. I'm actually in the first class lounge at the airport, and there's a Naker. He's wearing a do-rag in the first, and he got some light-skinned exotical with him, showing off like he the best thing since government cheese. But they up in the first and business class lounges too. They are everywhere.
They swear that flaunting a Becky or whatever on their arm really bothers us. They don't know. I just look at them both and just shake my head and say, poor girl. She has no
Dodge
idea.
them. They'll follow you around stores and shit so that you can acknowledge their relationship. They have to get within eyesight of you. They follow you. I swear. They will follow you. Him and her, they will follow you everywhere. It's like, okay, I see you. Fuck out of here.
I let them know they have my sympathy, if anything. Like, I'm not, they think that somebody is jealous of that. They really think that. And it's like,
it's
no,
because of the
I
mammies,
know.
though, Aaliyah. The mammies are indeed jealous. They
It's
be on
like-
here talking about what you all these Black women out here, and you chose. Listen, that's why they think we're jealous, because they are jealous. Mammies are jealous when they see Black men with other races. Dead ass serious.
I guess you're right about that, but I guess that's what makes us different. Because I just look at them and shake my head, because I just know that she may not know what she got. I do. She may not know it yet. That's the thing. So
Okay, that's the problem, though. That's the problem they have with us. We don't care. We should care. According to the Mammy Dictionary, we should really care and stomp the yard and God knows what, fall out. We should really, really care.
They can wait on it. They wait on it. I promise you. Maybe I'll start caring. I guess sometime.
In my case, those motherfuckers will die first. Waiting.
Wait on it. That's what I'm saying. Wait on it.
Naker, you pulled up at the right time. Coyote Brown says there's a Naker in the chat, and there is tonight is smoke night. So if you want your shit dusted off, you're more than welcome. I'm just gonna tell you it's a waste of time. I have to give you that little warning. The little asterisk at the bottom of your paper says you won't last up here. You won't last. If you coming up to say anything other, something that's not different from what y'all said before, don't waste your time. You need a new talking point, okay? Say your talking point and get the fuck on. You're not gonna last up here. This is the wrong divested channel. We don't coddle Nakers here in no way. Divested Phoenix.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, honey.
I am not Dusty.
Good night.
Good night. I'm catching my flight. It's 9:30 a.m. here, so I'll see y'all on the other side when I get back to the U.S. Take care, ladies.
You too. Be careful out there since it's Dusty's in Tokyo. God damn it.
Okay. All right. Bye.
All right. It's on you, Divested Phoenix. What you got, sis?
I am not Dusty, but I do want to chime in and say something concerning this so-called Black community. Hopefully y'all can hear me correctly. Is everything good with the mic?
We hear you. We hear that you're in a car, though, so it's all good.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just turned it off, too, so I can make sure I'm not all, distracting. But When I was growing up in the early 2000s, etc., there was this big old campaign going on. And of course, being young and, wanting to be accepted and all that, they have this big old campaign of not snitching going throughout their so-called community. And I used to think a long time ago that just pertained to, their narcotic deals and their illegal activity and scamming. And, they have this whole each one teach one ideal where it's, oh, you don't tell on me, so I won't tell on you. And I'm really starting to believe that got started so that these nignogs do not get in trouble for their essay crimes and their grape crimes and etc. Because I know YouTube is very censored, so I hope y'all catch on to what I'm saying.
We
But
understand you.
yeah, there's no community. There's no real policies enlisted to protect anybody in their so-called community except the ones that they feel are so high up that they don't want to see fall down and get in trouble. And that is among the list of celebrities, among the list of regular everyday people. Just turn a blind eye. No snitching. We don't see it. It didn't happen. Let it go.
Right. I
And,
agree.
and I'm, it's like really strange too, because talking about those boys that severed off that older woman's arm, everybody makes an excuse for these black boys. Well, they had it hard. No dad, no
This is
no
going to be
mom.
interesting, though, Divested Phoenix, because there were girls with him this time. So they're going to, again, show the hypocrisy because they're going to protect him and they're going to drag the girls. That's how it has to go. I know they're trying to get the game plan together because they're going to do some time when they catch them. They haven't caught him yet, but they're going to do some time because they went to the wrong neighborhood trying this shit and being extra brutal. But with the girls, it's going to be different with them. Watch and see what I tell you.
Well, they love to ride or what, so they're gonna take the rap for them, as most of the mammies do in that community, and that once again goes into that whole no snitching policy that they have, and it's really ironic to me how they can make every excuse for these black boys and they this, but when it's a little girl and she's in her home and she just happens to be wearing something a little bit too tight around her mother's boyfriend, she should get persecuted to the highest. She should be wearing a scarlet letter, pretty much.
Speaking of that no snitching policy, quote unquote, the black women are the only ones that really stick to that. They won't tell on a Dusty, but once they get the black males in the interrogation room, all they got to do is offer him a Newport, and he finna sell your ass all the way up the river for one Newport. Baby, just go ahead and say bye to your kids and your family and all that shit, because once they give that boy that Newport, you going to jail, sis.
Ain't that the truth? They will sell you under the river. I mean, they've been doing it. It's been documented throughout history. They will sell you under. They will make sure that you are persecuted as long as it's not them and they get to hang out with their extra boyfriends, extra girlfriends. They're going to see to it fit that you're going down for whatever crime. That's why. Can you put that in my name, babe? Can you co-sign a car for me? Heck, half the time they don't even co-sign a car. They just have to outright buy it because their credit be so poor they can't get it themselves.
Of course, they're taking them off child support and all this other shit.
That
Give
is
me
so
1
true.
second so I can see who's Dusty in the back.
Okay.
I know. Okay, Diana Prince, are you Dusty?
No, I'm not Dusty.
Okay, let me see if this other one's Dusty. I almost said Dusty. Divested divorcee, are you Dusty?
No, I'm not Dusty. I've been here before.
Okay, that's what's up. Welcome to the panel, Aries lady. I saw you in the back, and I already know what you got going on. I got one more. All by nature, are you Dusty?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
All right, we got a panel of dust-free women. Let's go. Starting with you, Aries lady.
So, first of all, hello everybody. Excuse the voice.
It's all
DZ
good.
going on. Secondly, I like L. I'm with you. We usually the yappers about stuff like this, but this story left me speechless with the elderly lady, and That's just crazy. Thirdly, in New York right now, they're supposed to be having legislation because they want to start trying anybody, I think it's the age of 15 to 16 as an adult when they commit like these heinous crimes because they're starting to notice a whole lot of crime. Of course, New York is on some crazy mess. The Mammy Brigade is out there crazy trying to get them to not
Shut up.
do it.
Shut up.
I'm telling you, it is the craziest thing. The governor just announced that they want to pass this bill so that they can start trying, you know, younger offenders more harshly. And also, the crimes that we're seeing in New York, they want to like get on top of it. They have like
Well, it's that one dude's fault that made that bond reform or whatever the fuck he calls that bill. It's like ever since that came in, it wasn't like they was following the law before. But since that bill got passed, they just getting in and getting out. Sometimes they had one that did 2 assaults in one day because he did his first one in the morning. They took him to jail. He was out by the afternoon. That night he was assaulting somebody else. Something has to be done.
That's the prosecutor in New York that's doing that. That's letting him out, and he's an acre. So you got to know.
Oh, Lord.
Birds of a feather flock together in that story. So I'm even leery about the mayor because he's an acre. But the governor is really trying to push this whole thing. And they are out there trying to stop it because they know they little nappy-headed nignogs that they be letting loose in the streets is about to get scooped up. So if you in New York, y'all, ladies, you need to really pay attention to the legislation that's out there and go vote. Like call a governor's mansion and tell them, yeah, you want that because we getting taken out left, right, and center.
We are, and nobody gives a damn, including black women. Black women don't care. The mammies don't care. Let me quit saying black women don't care because folks that's here, they actually care about black women dying, but the mammies don't give a damn. Everybody will be sacrificed so that they can save the naked. That just is what it is. I know it sounds crazy because you wouldn't do anything like that, but when it comes to a mammy, nothing matters but him. He don't have to have nothing. All he has to do is be him. Spew out excuses every couple of hours and he good. He gonna get everything. Not only that, y'all, some of these broke nakers, violent nakers, got 1, 2, and 3 of these mammies on the goddamn docket. Just, I'm seeing her on Tuesday. I'm seeing this person that making up lies and having babies all over the place. Okay.
But DZ, the ninja bitches, as you call them, they know that too. They know they know that he's mine on Tuesday and yours on Thursday. They know this too. They get in line with that shit. They okay with it. A lot of them are okay with that. This is why the dysfunction of Blackistan is just crazy. But a lot
remember when people was on this tip talking about, well, you can't make choices for grown adults. Let them women do what they do, and we do what we do. And it's like, sis, what the mammies are doing is producing people that will attack you. So you got to speak up about that a little bit. Right. Because when whatever fell out of her ass grows up tall enough to go ahead and take your ass out, that's what they're doing. So you have to say something. Yes, you can't tell adults what to do, but hey, baby, I'm not fixing to be paying all these goddamn taxes, footing the bill for y'all's what do you call it, medical, your food and all this shit. And then whenever he get tired of life because he's a failure, he coming to knock somebody over the head. So I'm gonna say something.
I mean, come on now, they kill me because when these women get through sharing all this dick and sharing all these STDs, they're coming to our healthcare system to get treated for this shit. Any babies that they have that are coming out that's, catching whatever the mother has at the time of delivery, all of that is on us. Like, who the hell do they think is treating these people?
Thank you.
But we can't say that you need to close your legs and chill the fuck out with some of this behavior. That's why I say it gets to the point where I just want to give up sometimes because nobody wants to tell the truth about anything. It's like, yeah, y'all bitches sharing all these men, but y'all sharing a lot of goddamn STDs back and forth too. And I can say that because, again, I've seen your health records. I have. So I'm not calling out one individual person. I'm talking about this community as a collective. There's a reason the stats are what they are. And whether people like it or not, contrary to what a lot of people think, the stats are not made up. They're not fake. Your records are in the system. I don't care if you go to a private physician or not. If you have a disease, that has been reported, baby. You're in an entire surveillance system. If you have an STD, especially HIV and syphilis or whatever it is, it's been reported, private physician or not. So the fact that they want to sit up and say that these stats are fake, no, it's not. And stop me when I'm lying. As a healthcare professional yourself, stop me when I'm lying.
You're not lying. It doesn't matter whether you pay for it out of pocket, whether you go through your insurance company or whatever. The doctor has to report these numbers so the stats can be accurate. So if you think you're hiding something, you're not. Y'all, those stats are spot on. I mean, I don't call them shit logs for nothing. They literally shit logs, okay? And you flipping them, these new ones, flipping them over and putting your tongue all up in it.
Don't get me started on that nasty
my God,
shit.
I think I was about to throw up when you said, oh God.
You know they sitting up there doing booty lingus. Hell, they not even ashamed of it. They'll get on Facebook and say, yeah, I did that. And okay, well, when you come over to the goddamn clinic, sis, it's gonna be some bad news, especially if you're doing that shit in the Atlanta area. Them booty holes ain't safe. Sorry.
This is just the nastiest thing ever.
It is. Y'all. But yeah, keep your kids out of other folks' neighborhood. If you think they're wonderful blessings, then you go ahead and keep them over there with you. Why ain't your blessings, spending time with you? Why aren't you going anywhere with the blessings? Huh? Keep your blessings. We don't think your kids are a blessing. And I'm not sorry about that shit. But yeah, you guys, speaking of financial issues with the Nakers, we have a Naker that had a job, right? I guess that makes him a unicorn. Well, since they are not used to working, it got really, really dysfunctional, really, really fast. This man had several jobs in 1 year because they don't know how to be professional, right? They don't know how to be on time, and they're not used to having to do anything. Okay, there's certain policies and procedures that have to be followed at certain companies when you work for them, and that's just how they do it. If you don't like it, you have to open up your own business. Well, let's see what this unicorn did.
We're learning more about the deadly workplace shooting in West suburban Burr Ridge that was breaking at this hour yesterday. Police say the gunman was about to be fired when he opened fire instead.
WGN's Alyssa Donovan is live for us in Burr Ridge now with more. Alyssa.
That's right, Ben and Lourdes. Police say 31-year-old Jeremy Jerome Spicer visited 3 different offices yesterday afternoon at a Burr Ridge business park. One of those offices was his current employer. The other 2 were places that he had worked for in the past. Spicer shot and killed his current boss. He then shot and injured his former coworker before turning the gun on himself and taking his own life.
There he is. This fat-faced motherfucker. Because if you read the article, it says that he was having an issue with a delivery that he was making. He's a truck driver. And him and someone else at his current job got into it about some detail about the load that he was dropping off. Well, you know what you have to do when you're a Naker and you have a disagreement with somebody. Somebody got to die. Okay? Somebody got to get off this planet. Right? Because they don't know how to handle their emotions, number 1. And number 2, they're very, very impulsive. I don't know if y'all remember when I told you, if y'all are in a building and you see a black man and he's doing that nervous tap with his knee going up and down because he's getting impatient for some reason, leave and come back. Leave and come the fuck back. Okay? And let me be petty for a goddamn second. I'm going to need y'all in Blackistan to quit saying black women fat. I'm going to need y'all to quit saying that. This round-faced motherfucker here. And believe it or not, a lot of them look like this. You talk about 80% of black women are fat. Well, 60% of black men are fat. If not 65. If anybody need to be pointing fingers at somebody being fat, y'all got to stop it. Tell somebody else to do it. Call on another race and tell them to start calling us fat. Because, baby, your face is a perfect circle. You got man muffins all over the place. You out here arguing with people and being a general disgusting idiot, right? I don't know where y'all think y'all fine at, but if you want the smoke, you can get the smoke. Y'all not out here looking good, and that is an understatement. This boy head looked like it was drawn with a compass. That circle's perfect. Y'all are idiots. Y'all looking for validation for that from that group? From that group? Really? Y'all are supporting them financially and then turn around letting them call you fat. And then you jump up on your channel talking about, oh, we need to lose weight. Black women. Yeah, we losing weight. How much you weigh? 185? Okay, I just lost 185 pounds. Bye, bitch. How about that part? Anyway, let's go.
31-year-old Jeremy Jerome Spicer, a trucker from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, was staying at a La Quinta in Willowbrook when he learned he was about to lose his job at Winners Freight, a logistics company based in Burr Ridge.
He worked for them for 1 week. He delivered 1 load.
1 week. Is this thing on? Nakers are not used to working. Hello.
Did he just say a week? What?
1 week. This cop said he only drove 1 load. That means that when he worked, he felt like he shouldn't be working. And on the other hand, if y'all got a disagreement with him, y'all got to just, tuck your shoulders in, look down at the floor and make sure he don't get his feelings hurt, because he might bring his round face ass in here and do something. 1 week. Y'all listen.
Can I?
You can say something. I know you want to get it off of you. Who got some smoke? Because I'm gonna tell you, I know this story got y'all wanting to talk.
It was me. I'm really starting to think that they're doing this shit to go to prison so they can live and eat and touch each other booty holes all night. Like at this point.
But check this out though. He took himself out.
1 load.
He took himself out. He's no longer amongst the living anymore.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
After 1 load. Now you remember those M/S's was something that only the white man did. How many of these have we seen this year with them taking everybody else out and deleting themselves afterwards? Looks like that's becoming a trend, along with throwing your babies in the damn river.
It's mental health.
Like, I have a
They
question.
need help.
What's your question, honey?
Right. Oh, good night, by the way, ladies. What is it with these M/S's? I don't get it. I get you wanting to take somebody else to meet their maker, but then you're gonna out yourself. I don't get it. I'm sorry. Like, I'll never get it.
Let's finish this up. Look like I got some smoke in the back. Let's finish this up.
And a disagreement about whether he wanted to do another one, so the company was going to fire him, and that was the status at the time.
Police say Spicer walked into the company's office at a business park on South Frontage Road on Tuesday around 3 p.m. He shot and killed his boss, 30-year-old Nikola Misovic. But Spicer didn't stop there, entering 2 more office suites in the complex, both housing companies he'd worked for in the past.
There's your red flag, mammies. If that boy got more than 1 job inside of a year, he can't get along with everybody. Somebody being disrespectful to the king. Ma'am, you might want to step away. He's unstable. Look at his work history. Look at his criminal history. Look at all that. 3 jobs. And he went to each one of them and took somebody out.
At the second office, he shot and injured a 31-year-old former coworker.
Spicer went to a third logistics company at a building across the way and asked if the owner was in. He was told he wasn't in, and he left the scene without further incident.
Spicer then fled the scene, triggering a large-scale manhunt by police involving several surrounding agencies. Residents were warned to lock their doors, and 2 nearby schools sheltered in place. Police then received a call from a business owner about a mile from the scene, saying a suspicious man had been hiding in their bathroom.
When Spicer left, they called the police, and officers quickly responded.
When the first officer pulled up,
Y'all, I'm not going to be able to get past this circle face. Anybody got something to add before I start roasting his face? Because that's what I want to do. I want to roast his face. You good? All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, we good
Spicer
with his
turned the
ugly.
gun on himself and
I'm
took his
good.
own life.
Did the right thing and called the police.
The mayor of Burr Ridge commending the public's cooperation, but citing major concern on how crime has trickled into the normally peaceful suburb.
Crime has come to the suburbs at levels it has never happened before.
So we're going to stop right there. That is a great note to end on. He said crime is coming to the suburbs at levels we've never seen it before. We just had a woman up here saying she lived in Tokyo and she saw dust there. The dust is spreading. At this point, you're just going to have to find an area that has the least amount of dust and park your ass right there because it's apparent that you can't hide. I want to move to Montana, goddammit. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
Oh no, I was just about to say, how long ago did I say that? Like, they keep saying that divested women need to just move on and stop talking about it if we're so divested. But how can you move on? There's nowhere to move to at this point because you're following us everywhere we go.
That's why
So-
Elon Musk and them making a goddamn moon ship. They trying to get off this planet. Ain't nowhere to go. That's why they going out of space.
They are literally following people around, and it's sad because it's always one of these mammy bitches that's dragging them. Because I swear it could be the nicest neighborhood, and you know this nigger cannot afford to live there, but I guarantee you he has a mammy somewhere that has a decent job that is going to drag him to that neighborhood so he can fuck it up. That's just what we do. We cannot go anywhere without dragging them along. And it's to the point to where in a minute there won't be anywhere to go. So when I say they're fucking up the country, I'm not just saying that to sound a certain way. They are. They literally are. There won't be anywhere to go in a minute. And the women in New York, you have my deepest sympathy. You women are some champs because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I cannot go anywhere. And they have set them up to be just set them up and left them out there hanging like that. And they literally don't have a way to protect themselves from anything. So they set them up like that. And I couldn't do it. I don't see how they do it.
I cannot, y'all. There's nowhere to fucking go.
Real quick, I would like to say something. Okay. So pertaining to them in the workspace, they are completely awful. When I was back in my pick me, mammy, black male worship stages, I used to make excuses for these nignogs when they would come to work and why they going through this. Their home life must be so hard. Until I had applied to work at a Waffle House in Atlanta, and of course, me being in my black male worship, didn't realize how much danger I was putting myself in. Long story short, I drove about 4 of them home every day from work because we had to do the training or whatever.
I bet you they ain't offer you a stitch of gas money for that shit
they
either.
didn't. You know they didn't. They offered me something else, but it wasn't
Of course.
that kind of gas. But you know that kind of did compensate. But yeah, they ended up taking me to the Bluff. And if you are living in Atlanta or know about Atlanta, you know what the Bluff is, and you don't need to be there.
Period.
You just know. And they were laughing the next day because they was like, oh my gosh, the way you sped off so quick after dropping us off. Because I knew. And in the way the people were looking at me, they knew that. And that's why when they try to tell you, black women, we can't tell y'all apart, yada, yada, yada. They know who belongs in those areas and who does not. And that's how they know who they can get that lick up off of. But anyway, and then also this ties into that because they're always lying saying that they dislike plus size women, etc. So anyway, this went on for about 2 weeks, and there was one that would always have to be on my route because we lived the closest next to each other. Well, one day he decided that, you know, after all my niceness, I owed him something.
So basically, you was muling your ass off at that time.
Yes,
you was muling your ass off. Damn.
I was deep in it. I was the transportation. I was everything, and so he forcibly tried to put my head near his genitals after, you know, because I could tell him and his friends were, you know, making fun of me and stuff like that. But he had his little secret crush on me. So I guess this was his moment when he had finally got me comfortable enough and got me alone enough with him that he would try to forcibly put my head near his genitalia. And you already know we've been working all day, so they're musty. They don't care
But they're
about stuff like
musty
that.
anyway. They're musty
True.
anyway.
You're right. And you know, I tried to tell the manager, which was another nignog.
Hold on a second, baby girl.
Go ahead.
Oh, OMG, D, are you Dusty?
No, ma'am, I am not Dusty. How you ladies doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
All is well. All is well over here. I'm just waiting for my time. I was gonna let you
Oh,
finish.
I pulled you up, and whenever you get pulled up, it's pretty much on you. What you got, babe?
Okay. Well, where do I start?
Well,
So
start
as
with the
far as
story that we got on the screen with the homeboy that just shot up the place. Start with that black dating app, that type of stuff, the stuff that we're talking about now.
DZ, honestly, when I saw that whole thing with, you know, this maker over here killing people off at work, it's nothing different over here. I am, you know, fortunately, I work in law enforcement, so I've seen it all. I've heard it all. DV, it's always a maker involved every damn time, and it's
Those are the
always a
most
man
dangerous
getting her
calls
ass toe
too.
up. Yes, ma'am, it is. Yes,
That,
ma'am,
and
it
a lot
is.
of people don't know that family court is more violent than criminal court. A lot of people do not know that shit. So them domestic violence calls, it's a lot of cops that got taken out answering a domestic violence call. But you know that because you used to be a cop.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. 8 years. 8 years. And the sad part about it is, DV, is that when we respond to these DV calls, even though we can clearly see that she got her ass kicked, she still take up on. And it never, I'm like, girl, like, you literally holding your eye, bleeding from the face. You know, I'm taking pictures because that's part of the investigation. You got to take pictures to document. And she over here making excuses in the process as to why he should not get his ass locked up. And at that point, I'm ready to put my hands on him because it just don't make sense. It's like
You know the
making
little
excuses for this
office
man.
where you can go and drop charges on some shit that happened over the weekend. On Monday morning in this town in Florida, the line of women that called the police over the weekend for domestic violence issues, standing in line for their turn to drop the charges. And I guess you can take a stab in the dark at what those women looked like.
If they don't got sunglasses on and that Whitney Houston scarf, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And it's sad and sickening.
Say a Whitney Houston.
Got the Whitney Houston scarf on
Not
with the
Whitney.
sunglasses, and they in there trying to drop charges. But she's absolutely correct. I see it all the time. And honestly, I'm like, you know what? We got to do better. We got to do better. Like, you try to send him off to the side, like, you know, maybe you should, you know, file these charges because this is going to continue. I try, like, lady, it's going to continue. It's going to continue. You keep saving them. But no, it's never enough. And, you know, the last thing that I hate to see is that black bag coming out and that toe tag. It's so sad to see.
Yes. Seen that too. And with those lines, there's not just the women in the line. They got the kids standing in the hot sun, drinking Capri Suns, just waiting to get their turn to come and say, I don't want y'all to charge Tyrone. But a lot of times the state will pick up the charges if the ass whooping was bad enough, and they be mad as hell. They show up on his behalf during court and everything. It's just ugly.
And you know what, DZ, you said something earlier, and I believe Aaliyah had also double tapped on it as well. They really feel like when they got their exotical on their arm that they really doing something. And you're right, they do follow you in the store. They follow you in the store. They follow you at the movie theater. They be out in the open where everybody can see them. You just like, y'all really want us to be mad at y'all. Like, actually, I feel sorry for that woman, but if that's what she want to do, sis, go off.
Exactly.
Go.
That's feel sorry for her. Okay.
Over here passing their debit card over there to him like we didn't see it. Like, we see she paying for it, but you know what? Go off. You know, just looking like a damn fool.
A lot of the times, though, y'all, when the mammies see those relationships or whatever, and they following her around the store, they looking for that split second of eye contact. Like, yeah, bitch, I left you motherfuckers where y'all were. Now let me and her go where the hell we going. That split second, that one eye contact, that's enough to follow you around the store. Because unless you some sort of real crazy ass mammy, you're not gonna say nothing to them about it. but they be mad. And when they find out that we're not mad, once they follow us around the store, that shit is they're confused. You should see the confused look on their face, like this bitch really don't give a fuck, and that's a fact. Don't nobody give a damn about what you got going on.
Question for the divested ladies. Have y'all ever ran into a fellow divestor out and about, and y'all give each other that look like, girl, I see you. We just got that look. We just look at each other and we know what we saying.
I have. Yes.
It's
The
the best
women,
thing in the world when I see it.
the women, we look at each other and be like, I know what you're thinking. We don't even
Cause
say
she
a
was
goddamn
rolling,
word.
yes, and she was rolling her eyes as hard as I was. I already knew. It's in the eyes. It's in the eyes.
Okay. You'll see. Look, y'all, I saw one. We was at the gas station. She was sitting in the passenger side of her shit. I was sitting in the passenger side of my shit. And them sexy legs was pumping the gas. See, but you mammies don't know nothing about that. Sorry about that, mammies. Usually when somebody that's worth a damn and they give a fuck about you and your comfort, what they'll do is let you be in the passenger side of the vehicle. I know you don't get to see your passenger side enough, but that's the side across from the driver's side. You sit there. Well, he pulls up and the gas tank is usually on his side. So he gets out of the car, pays for the gas. I know you're not familiar with that part either, right? He pays for the gas. It's not coming out of your account, but it's your card. It's his actual card with his name on it. Then check this out. Then the magic happens. After they pay for it, the gas goes from the tank to your car tank. It's amazing. And the little needle in your car, it goes from E to F. And then they get you a snack and then you keep rolling and having conversation. One day you might get there. You might get there. I know you're not used to that. I know you used to changing tires. I know you used to waiting on AAA. I know you used to, bringing home the bread. But I'm telling you, try divestment on for a size and you might just like it. Okay? I just went all the way to fuck in right there.
And they get the best snacks. They don't just get one, they get all of them.
Right. Bring you out some mineral water, some caramel bugles, because a bitch like me love that shit. Right. And you just have a conversation. It's not about I ain't get all the hours I needed to get this. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's what are we doing for dinner? Did you want me to pick up something else? You want to go for an outing? You want to go home? Okay, well, let's do whatever. You'll get there. And then check this out too. When we get there, there's no ass whooping, right? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, y'all, the next motherfucking story I brought up here. Do you guys remember Shit Man? The one that wiped that feces on that woman?
Don't even get me started on his nasty
Oh,
ass.
good God. Like,
Check
what
it
would
out.
cause somebody to do that? Like, sir, are you okay? Like, why?
Well, there's an update on Shit Man. Well, y'all remember he wiped the feces on the lady, got arrested. He got out the next day. He did some more shit, got arrested. Well, he's out again and he gets arrested again.
How is he out again? Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm sorry. I clearly, as you can tell from the accent, I'm, not from the States. Like, what is the legal system doing? I don't get that. Like, how is he out again?
Well, you getting ready to see, baby. Here we go.
The man accused of smearing feces on a woman at a subway station is in police custody again.
The 37-year-old who was released without bail after the subway incident now facing new charges this morning after a violent incident over the weekend. Fox 5's Kayla Mermalack live in.
Color me surprised. He's not being charged again with something else, is he? Hey, Mammy, what's going on? Why? I mean, I thought it was just a misunderstanding. I thought if bail got reformed that they would do better. They'll realize they did something wrong and then they'll do better.
They need to charge that bitch with attempted murder and throw him under the jail. I said what the fuck I said. And I can break it down in healthcare terms if they need me to. What he did was dangerous as fuck. And he exposed that woman to so much shit by putting his bodily waste on her. And God help her if she had a nick, a cut, a sore, or open wound, if she had any microdermabrasion, microneedling, anything done, that it's too much. It's too much. He exposed that woman to so much shit. Do people know what's inside human feces?
I don't think they know it.
parasites, viruses. I'm talking about herpes simplex, yes, including HIV, HPV, all kind of shit. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. You don't know what the fuck that nigga had that was wrong with him, what the fuck was in his ass. God forbid if he had any intestinal perforations or any ulcers, any lesions in his ass that was bleeding or anything that would have caused blood to be in his stool. He rubbed that shit all over that lady. What is the breeding ground for bacteria? Open mucosal membranes. Your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your vagina, your rectum, shit like that. He rubbed that shit all over that woman, which means you can't just go home and wash that shit off. Anybody with any type of medical background told her, go to the hospital and get started on antibiotics as soon as you can. And you're also going to need to be tested for everything, and not just that one time, because most of these diseases have incubation periods. So that you can have something and it can be asymptomatic for the longest. So you're going to need to be tested over the next 3 to 6 months at least. At least. That's what any healthcare professional told her. Human feces is the nastiest shit. It's literally your body's waste, and he rubbed that all over that woman. And like I said, if her skin barrier had been breached in any way, if she cut herself shaving that morning or anything, and he rubbed all that shit all in her eyes and in her face like that, throw that bitch under the jail. And if the sister is listening to this, if you need somebody to look, I'll talk to anybody you need me to talk to. Contact the DZ, because I come with a whole team of chicks. And let these Georgia peaches come to where you at and shake down that tree and show them why they call us dirty. That's some ghetto shit for your ass.
Okay.
If you need somebody on your team, if you need a professional, I will talk to whoever I need to talk to. Contact the DZ. So, sister, if you're listening, and that motherfucker did that shit, I will help you throw that bitch under the jail. I promise you, because I know exactly what the fuck he did. That shit was dangerous and it was fucked up, and she did not deserve that because she was sitting there minding her own business, and his nasty ass sat up and collected shit from his ass to do some shit like that.
A lot of people don't know that, your skin is your largest organ. If you think about it, ladies, some medications are topical, okay? That means that the medication can go through your skin to get into your body. It doesn't stop with medication. It doesn't stop with medication. Shit and all kind of stuff. I mean, your skin is breathable, okay? So what he did, it needs to be felonious, because if they charge him with a misdemeanor, that's incorrect. Okay.
Yeah, because that's some shit that lady gonna be dealing with for a while. That's some shit because he rubbed that shit all over her, and like I said, she don't know him. She don't know what his health background was. You don't know what the fuck this nigga got. You don't know what the fuck was in his ass. You don't know what the fuck was wrong with him. Period. And he done sat up here and just rubbed his shit all over somebody else and exposed that lady to all kind of shit. All kind of intestinal parasites and all kind of shit in human feces. And he did that to that woman. She didn't deserve that shit.
I hope there's no booty eaters out there, because you might want to reconsider.
Like, what kind of demented do you have to be to do that? Like, God.
Well, let's see what he did to get himself locked back up, ladies.
Harlem with those details. Kayla.
Yeah, Reagan and Robert, the prosecutors say Frank Aboka barged into the storage facility, threatened a worker, and chucked a dumbbell through the window over the weekend. What's worse, the violent incident, hardly the only thing the 37-year-old stands accused of. And he has been arrested and released several times, but this time he stays behind bars.
Anything you like to say?
Frank Aboka, the now infamous suspect accused of smearing human feces on the face of a subway commuter last month, is back behind bars this morning. The 37-year-old now facing new charges of criminal mischief and harassment, stemming from a violent incident in Harlem over the weekend. Prior to this most recent arrest, Aboka had been free to roam the streets, despite allegations of that stomach-churning assault in a Bronx subway station, as well as a separate hate crime charge in Brooklyn. Now accused of violating the conditions of his supervised release, bail is set at $5,000.
This is my problem. They still set him a bail after doing what he did that's on the screen, after doing a hate crime, and after doing damage to a building, throwing a dumbbell through there, and he didn't know if somebody was on the other side of that shit. He still got a bail. At some point, you have to say, hey, this motherfucker is a menace to society, and he needs to stay back here. Okay? I'm over it. Sir. Nope. I know you don't think you finna come up here with that type of name. You must have done lost your damn mind. Go and change it to Little, and then maybe I'll let you up here talking about Big D. Child, please, you better go change that to Little D or Disease D, and then maybe we'll talk about it. Fuck wrong with you? Cosmic Cat, are you dusty?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Are you dusty?
No, ma'am, I'm not dusty.
Okay, what you got to add to the story, honey?
Oh Lord, I never thought it would be like this. These nakers are off the chain. I can't believe I used to advocate for them. Well, my first fiance of 7 years, he was my high school sweetheart. He shot me. So
oh wow,
this
I'm sorry about
yes,
that.
Mocha, hepatitis A to be specific. Absolutely.
hepatitis A. And yeah, so they're really trigger happy on whenever they don't get their way, you're gonna get shot. And I knew it in that moment when he pulled the gun out on me, I just prayed just right then and there, like just don't let it hit nothing major. But he sure did. And I think I've just been on this like, no, there's gotta be some good black men like rampage until now, and I'm still in an abusive relationship as we speak.
Oh no.
So yeah, I've been divested in my mind, but it is sad because it's natural to want to be married, as a woman, and it's natural to want to gravitate toward the men that look like you. But if you don't know the true facts of what we're really up against, it really is like very dangerous. Like these men are really like they don't got all they screws there.
Let me ask you a question, Cosmic Cat. Why are you still in that relationship? Because I think if I misunderstood
Financially,
you what?
financially, I have 3 kids under 3 years old,
You said
and
you're
I live
being
in Atlanta,
abused?
Georgia.
Okay, check it out.
Yes,
You said you're being abused currently, or is this something in the past?
yes, like as we speak.
And you said you're divested.
Yeah, but if I had the money, I'd leave today. Like I would never go back to my family, my mama, my daddy, nobody. But I've gotten so deep with this man that oh no, we gonna do this and that, and you really think that before you come into this space where the truth is, you really think you have a chance, especially in Atlanta, Georgia. You have no chance with these men and their mammies. The mammy is really the reason why.
Wait, don't go to
Mhm.
Cosmic. The reason I'm not letting you preach at folks because you in a
Oh, yeah.
situation,
Right.
where
Oh,
you can't be in that situation and try to give somebody else that type of advice. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but if I just had the money, I'd be gone and I'd be able to
Can
say
I say
exactly what
something?
I'm saying.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
say something to her because I'm trying to handle this very, very delicately. It's on you.
This is divested divorcee, and this is the advice that
Mhm.
I got to give you. Of course, I'm divorced
Okay.
now, and I feel exactly where you were. I ain't have 3 regrets. Now I got one and got the fuck up out of there. So
Yeah.
what the advice I'm gonna give you, because like I said, I got put in that same situation, retired from my career, my college educated
Right.
career,
Yeah.
to be a
Right.
stay-at-home wife, to be
Yep.
a
That's what you told
stay-at-home
me I could do.
mother, and when he started kicking my ass,
Yeah.
in me said, "No, ma'am, get your ass up, go do something productive." I have 5 streams of income. I did that in
Yeah.
under a year after separating from my husband. And everybody
Yeah.
looking at me like, "Bitch, you crazy. You left a man who was paying for everything." And I'm like, "I
Yeah.
sure
It doesn't
did."
matter. It doesn't matter.
Bitch,
Right.
Here's the
if I
deal.
could come up with 5 ways to make some money, I know you can come up with at least 1 or 2 so you can get up out of there. If you don't do it for yourself, please do it for those babies.
I was just getting ready
Yeah,
to
I am
say,
trying to.
hold on a second, Cosmic Cat. Listen, you are in a bad situation, and I
I
don't
know.
really think that you're thinking this out because you can, look for a shelter. If you're there at that house and you're going day after day after day, and I know what you're going to say next, that the shelters are full and blah, 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 blah. But if you're there day after day after day, get your butt on a waiting list so that you can get you and them babies out of that house. There is no reason to stay with him, not even the money part. Baby, no.
So, well, I mean, I don't have no family. I have no transportation.
No.
It's
You
I would have
live
to call the
in
police.
you live in
Or
Atlanta, and I'm familiar with Atlanta. There's
Mhm.
public transportation. Go to a shelter. You don't need a car for
With
that.
3 babies under 3 years old, I can't even pick up a bag and them. Like I can't.
Okay, so basically you want to stay there because the thing
I
is,
don't.
okay, all I'm getting
Okay.
from you is reasons why you can't leave, and I'm trying to
No,
tell
I'm
you why
asking
you
you
can.
I'm just trying to ask, how do I do holding their hand and on the bus? I'm really
Call
serious.
the cops. Didn't you just say
Okay.
that he is beating on you and being abusive?
Yeah, I've been calling the cops, and then they don't. They make it worse. I'm not playing. When I call the
Because you
cops,
because you stay there. I refuse to believe that a cop is coming and he's not doing anything and just talking to y'all and walk away. Because look at what you're doing to me right now.
they
You're
are.
giving me every excuse as to why you don't want to leave. And I
She got
I do
50
suspect,
want to leave. I
excuses. She
promise
got
you, I do.
50 excuses though. I hate to say it, but it's like 50 excuses.
you got to get
Okay.
out of there. You got to.
Yeah.
You're giving me the excuses, so I know that you're giving the cops excuses. I know you
No,
are.
what I'm trying to do is get advice, but I'm trying to tell you what my situation is. That's all I'm trying to do because I
I want
really
to
do
hear
want to
you.
get
I
out of
want
here.
to hear you. I don't want you being abused. That's why I couldn't listen to the rest of what you were saying because I couldn't get back to past the fact that you were being abused. And you say you got 3
I really
babies.
want to get out of this. I promise you.
Okay, listen, do
I
this.
do.
Cosmic Cat, do this. Get in my damn email tonight. And then look, I'm in Georgia
Okay.
as well. We're gonna get you up out of there. There's no excuse to
Okay.
sit up in there. So get in
I'm
that
not trying
Gmail
to.
and let's do it.
Okay. Okay. What's your can you put it? Can you
It's divestedzealot@gmail.com. Just like that.
Okay. Okay.
You
Thank
know
you.
I'm familiar with Georgia. We're not gonna do this. You're not gonna sit up there and be abused
I,
by
I'm,
him. No.
thank you.
Easy, can I
I'm gonna
say
keep
something?
refreshing my page. I want you to go. Don't get off of here and don't email me because you got to get up out of
I'm
there.
emailing you right now.
Okay. She said she wanted to say something to you before you went. Go ahead, hon.
Okay.
Hey, sweetheart, listen to me. I want you to listen to me closely, okay? I understand it's hard. I get it, okay? I used to be the daughter of a mother that it was 3 of us, 3 girls. It was either leave with whatever you had, whether you was fighting, screaming, and punching, you gotta leave. If you don't, he's gonna kill you.
I know he was basically
And
telling me
you
that now, and
can't leave for yourself. Think of think about the children. Who's gonna be there for those kids if you
I
stay?
know. I mean, that's what
You
I'm doing what I can. I'm putting myself out on YouTube. You can see the abuse on my channel right now, and some people have sent me some money for my phone bill and stuff like that. I just really just don't know
Wait
because
a
it's
minute,
just
Cosmic Cat. He not paying the bills either. Listen, okay,
he's
this is
not
what we
doing
gonna.
nothing.
So check this out. Since you live in Georgia, I'm gonna find a shelter. If I pay for you guys an
Okay.
Uber, will you get your kids up out of there tonight?
Yes, I won't have no choice. I don't know what
Okay.
else to do.
Okay, because that ain't gonna work. I can't stand abusive ass motherfuckers. And listen, mammies, this is what y'all try to. This is what you're trying to save. Really?
Yes,
She
the
needs to get
mammies
up
are the
out of
worst.
there. Yes, they are the
The
worst.
mammies are I never thought I would be treated like this. I'm
I
confused
didn't
more
either. I
so.
didn't either. And you know what? Don't ever think that look. Don't think
I
that we
don't think it's
above
gonna get
getting our
better.
asses kicked. Don't
Really
think
quickly, Cosmic, I need you to listen to us more than you're talking and really
I
calm
guess I'm
yourself
just
down.
panicking. Yeah, I'm just panicking because
I know, baby. Hold on. Listen to me. Just listen to me. I need you to calm down because when you get ready to do this exit, to keep yourself and your children safe as possible based off of what you just told us, you need to act as normal as possible
I've
right
been
now.
trying to, and then it's like I guess I'm not acting normal enough. Like I mean,
No,
because
baby,
it's like
you still doing it, baby. You still talking more than you're listening.
yeah.
You need to calm down Think of something that makes you extremely happy. It could be your children, etc. And I need you to play this off. You need to get into
Okay.
your best acting role.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
Yeah, I
This
don't
is
want him to
this is
see you
it.
looking like you was crying. If he see
Yeah,
that you
I
been
know.
crying, it's
I know. No, okay, because he left. He keep he like y'all. I was on my way out. I got in a wreck in November and I was on my way out. I swear to God, I just got a new car. My money was right, but I was so exhausted from Ubering. I crashed my shit and it's just been hell because, of course, now he got the upper hand and I need help. So it's just like I was on my way and I still fucked myself up because wasn't really still putting myself first. I was so exhausted and now I'm so bound because I'm on probation and because of the wreck. And I promise I was so close. He wasn't in the house. I was taking the kids to his mama's house. I was trying to make it seem like I was going to give him a chance. So he'll watch the kids. And then after that wreck in November, it's been hell, y'all. Like hell. Because I don't have no transportation now. 3 little babies running around. I'm just like, okay, these car seats are heavy.
Cosmic Cat. If I get you out of there tonight, please don't go back.
I don't want to go back.
I know what you're saying. But you had 3 babies by an abusive dude, and apparently he knows what to say to you. Okay,
Yeah,
and I hear the babies in the back.
Okay, bye y'all.
So if you get up out of there, don't go back. Go answer your babies because I hear one of them calling you. Cosmic, what's your email so I can know who to look for on my email? She must not be able to talk. See, that's the type of shit that scares me because I don't know why she stopped talking after telling me she was being abused. Hold on, y'all. Aaliyah, can you take over for a second? Because that ain't gonna work.
I don't even know what to say at this point. That's somebody else can take over.
It
I
makes
think
me
that
That shit
I
is
can
crazy.
respond to
they're
book. Can I have her
serious.
email too?
I've been hearing people. I've been looking at the chat of people saying they think that she's playing. I don't think she's playing. I think she's serious, and I think that she has just been going through so much that now she's able to talk to somebody. It's coming out. She nervous. She having anxiety. All kind of shit's happening right now. So
I won't lie.
It
I
makes
guess I'm
me
kind
I
of
just
torn about it too. I guess I'm kind of torn on that. Go ahead.
mm-hmm.
it just
I
makes
want her
me
email as
thankful.
well. I'm sorry,
It,
ladies.
it,
I'm listening to y'all. And we all talk at the same time. My apologies. I'm sorry. I just want her email as well because I know that we have this thing where we try to tell DV victims when they're ready to leave. We try to assist them and give them ways to exit in silence. Okay, and it's very normal to become emotional because this is the trauma that's coming out because they know they're about to do something. They know if they get caught, then they're going to suffer the consequences. So if I could give her any advice, I would definitely tell her to
Moonchild
leave in
said he's
silence.
home.
He's
She
going to
said he's
leave.
home. I didn't
Oh
hear her say that.
Lord.
Oh no.
I
Yeah.
gotta put myself on mute so I can see if she sends
Yes,
any.
her email is in the chat. Put her email in the chat.
I'm not you. I'm triggered by domestic violence. I am, and then y'all don't have to stay in these abusive ass relationships. I gotta get her out of there because I don't like that nigga shit. You gonna knock that shit off. And I got her. I have to have her stop making excuses. I mean, there's so many excuses not to go. But the one reason she got the best reason to leave, and she leaning on these. She ain't emailed me yet.
no, it made me very triggered because when I was dealing with my issues, I had a lot of people in my family and my close friends who were encouraging me to stay with my abusive husband. Oh, the good outweighs the bad. It's gonna get better. You don't worry. You got this beautiful baby that y'all just had. You got this beautiful house, and I'm just disgusted that I was
He'll
even
change. He'll
considering that.
start. It's not that bad, is it? It was just that one time. It's gonna be okay.
I think a
They
lot
have it
of us,
hard.
yeah. And I think a lot of us have been there because I've been there too. And that's the reason why I'm always and forever going back to motherfucking blue. I don't give a fuck what they say because because I'm telling you, the police People can shit on them all they want to, but when that nigga is going beating off in your ass, that's the first person you gonna be able to call to come get him up off you. I'm telling you, been there, done that. So black women need to really lay the fuck up off that shit and shitting on the police all the time. Because I'm telling you, a lot of the calls they get, like the ex-police officer on here can tell you, a lot of that shit is domestic violence related. And we got some of the highest rates in this country. And I'm telling you, when they come to that house and they put that nigga out, let his ass stay out.
Right.
Okay.
Aaliyah, you're familiar
Please.
with Georgia. A couple of women in the chat familiar with Georgia. From what I understand, when you call the cops out on a domestic violence situation, somebody got to go. Not necessarily to jail, but they don't let you stay in the house together. They'll tell you to walk it off or whatever. But somebody has to go. The cop gonna find who's there, and y'all can even decide who's gonna leave. But somebody has to leave. That's why I don't think she's ready to go, but I'm gonna do what I told her I was gonna do and get her
They
ass up
do
out of there.
9 times out of 10, as far as I know, in my experience, they take either the one who called first. It depends on the state that you're calling from, because I think in California they have something where they play tag. It's who calls the police first up
Right.
there. But in other states, they have it to where who has the visible injuries first that they can see. And then that's who they take the other person to jail. So it just depends on which state you're calling from that I know of. I'm not too sure about, what it is with Georgia, who gets to decide. But either way, when it comes to domestic violence, it got to the point to where they would both parties would end up having to spend a shit ton of money to take the DV classes and just everything. So they had, that was the cut down on some of that, constantly calling the police and you constantly going back. So they were just punishing both parties.
That's how they do in Colorado. Both of them go.
Yeah, in Florida, somebody has to go to jail.
In my
If you call
experience,
for
it's
domestic
72
violence,
hours.
somebody got to go to jail. Oh Lord, sir, it is smoke night. Yeah, thank you for clicking the fuck up off of here. I'm not ready for you yet with your stupid ass. It's wrong with folk. I swear to God. And it's crazy that she came up here tonight because of something I was going to show y'all. And it's happening right where she is. None of these nakers are worth a fuck, ladies. None of them. None of them. And I'm so I try to be patient, but I get so tired of the excuses as to why you got to stay and why you can't go. And a lot of times they blame the children for it. If you tell somebody that those kids in danger, they ain't gonna let you stay up there. They're not gonna let you stay up there. This right here, what I'm getting ready to show y'all, that's where we at right here in Georgia.
136 Georgians killed because of family violence in 2020. That's the latest data from the Georgia Commission on Family Violence. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ron Jones.
And I'm Jennifer Bellamy. This week alone, we have reported the deaths of several women at the hands of their significant others. And right now,
this shit is rampant, y'all. This is just Georgia. I think it was some sort of, I don't know what's going on, but Cosmic Cat called up here saying she's abused, and then you got this happening right here. This was just posted yesterday from 11 Alive. These men ain't worth the fuck. You're not better than other women. You're not they don't see you any different. They get in these blind rages, lack impulse, and here we go. Somebody's calling a funeral home trying to make your arrangements. So she got to get out of there.
A Metro Atlanta woman is fighting her way through recovery after her partner shot her in the head before turning that gun on himself.
Yeah, let's get straight to Hope Ford. She's live right now in Grady after speaking exclusively to this woman's family. Hope?
Yeah, that's right. And she has been here since February 2nd. Tonight, they finally moved her to a rehabilitation center so that she can begin that part of the recovery process. Her mom tells me she hasn't asked her daughter if she remembers that night, but her mom remembers because she was there. Phones have replaced most scrapbooks. And just like any mom, LaTanya Porter has plenty of pictures on hers of her baby.
There is my beautiful girl. That is my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl.
Her girl, Paris, who herself is a mom of 3.
Her mom and her family girl.
Do y'all see the parallels? A mom of 3. This is a pattern. This is a fucking pattern.
Paris's family forever changed around midnight in early February.
A lot of people don't know that we were in the house Me and the kids.
LaTanya remembers hearing her daughter's longtime boyfriend, the father of Paris's children, arguing. An hour later,
I heard pow. I ran out my bedroom because their room was like across from mine.
LaTanya confronted him, saw a gun, and grabbed her grandkids and ran next door. A few minutes later, she heard another gunshot.
I still smell it. I still smell that gun smell. I'll never, ever forget that smell as long as I live.
Paris survived. Her boyfriend did not. LaTanya's now taking care of her grandkids, and their school system is too, helping them with gas cards, food, clothes.
We had to leave. What we had on. I had on a shirt and a sock and some socks.
And every day, LaTanya goes to Grady, watching her daughter get stronger, start talking.
She knows her name now. She knows who I am. She knows she has 3 kids. When I say this young lady has come a long way, she has come. I'm in awe.
In awe of Paris's beauty and newfound strength.
Ladies, for these black love bitches out here that's trying to get you to, straddle the fence, don't do it. You don't have to be with a white man. Let me say that again. You don't have to be with any man. But if you have a taste or a penchant for black love, you are playing with fire. Point blank, period. How do you think those numbers get so high? Why are they 3 times higher with you? Why do you want to keep going back? Well, I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, y'all, that got me triggered. I'm sorry. Dorn, are you dusty?
No, I'm not. I just want to call in because my mum experienced domestic violence and I watched my dad beat her, choke her, and she still left. She went to the church because we go to church. So she, in the middle of the night, just pretending everything's fine. He's sleeping, went to the church. I remember this because I was only 10 years old. We went to the church and we slept. She called the pastor first to tell him, I'm coming to the church, just please keep the doors open. We slept inside that church for days, and then we eventually called the police. If you call the police and say your life is in danger, they have to go to jail. Like she can't
Exactly.
say,
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
I've been through this. Like my mom said, I'm going to die. Like they cannot say, okay, no, we're not gonna put him in jail if you're going to be killed. Like she's oh my god, I'm just
you
scared
have
for
to
her
at
kids.
least put some space between them. I refuse to believe that remember now, the mammy say that black men are oppressed and the cops don't like them. So I don't necessarily think that they would show up to a house where he's being accused of some shit and just leave him there. I just think she's not ready to go yet, but I'm gonna do what the hell I can to get her out of there. That's
Yeah, honestly, if she needs help, I think all she needs is like just an Uber out. Because once you've left, we stayed in a hostel for a while. We stayed at different like churches and places, but you need to leave first. Because if you don't leave first, your life is still in danger. And if someone ends up having to bury your kids, what are you gonna say? You're gonna say, "Oh, I wish I left." He could kill those kids. He could kill you. He could kill all 4 of you. Like this is the big problem to black male worship. It's leading to death. Like black male worship is causing people to die.
Y'all, I see this comment up here. It says, don't call the cops. Wow, I'm telling you, call the police on that motherfucker that's acting an ass. If he doesn't want to be bothered with the police, he wouldn't be acting an ass. Remember, they're the most oppressed and cops hate them according to them. So you would think they would do things to keep the cops out of their face. If he's acting an ass, call the cops. And that's for you ladies that's with these motherfuckers. You divested ladies, and you know not to go nowhere near their ass or even have any dealing.
Sorry, she needs to call like a domestic hotline as well. Those are really good because if they know your life is in danger, they'll go like drive to your house if you give them your address and call you up. Like she needs to either call domestic hotlines or the police, or better still both. But you have to make plans. You have to, even if she saves up some money and in the middle of the night she goes to a hotel. People have done that as well. Just like go to a hotel and somewhere else, just save up a bit of money, get to a hotel fast. If he's like outside, if he's at work or if he even has a job, or if he's in the bar, whilst he's outside of the house, you can go to a hotel and just like stay there for a while.
There's a myriad of things that she can do.
There's so many. That's why I was getting frustrated. I was listening to that. I was screaming. I was like, God, no, there's not an excuse. he doesn't pay bills. You have a job. You have money. You can get yourself to a hotel. Like, I was like, there's 1,000 things you can do. Get to a hotel first. Even if she has to like call an Uber, and then because if she calls an Uber with her babies, the Uber driver can help her get her babies in the car. Oh no, I'm
Yeah,
just
No,
saying.
I don't think.
I don't want to wake up this time
If
next
she
week
don't
and
have a
say
debit card,
she's
she
dead.
can't get no Uber. If she don't have a debit card to put in the Uber account, she can't get an Uber. You know what I'm saying? If she's saying she don't got no money, and if she got a debit card, but it ain't no money on there.
But she said she was driving for Uber too, so she got to have a card to get her deposits.
She said she got in a car accident last month.
But she still got to have some type of card or something.
Yeah, card, but if you ain't got no money, I mean, you
True.
No, I think
come
what
honestly,
on, like, come on.
let me tell y'all this. You can take off every stitch of your goddamn clothes and walk into the goddamn outside. Why? The cops will take you to jail, and at least you away from that motherfucker. You don't need an Uber, a debit card, or none of that shit. There's a lot of things that she can do. I can't make no excuses for this
I just don't like the
situation.
excuses though, because the excuses, time is ticking. He could,
Yeah,
all it takes is one punch and you're out. You could not.
No,
just
that's what
head
she
on the
doesn't
ground.
get. That's what she doesn't get. It literally could mean the difference
But
between
here's the
her having
thing,
her
though.
life and being a statistic. Like, I don't think she gets that.
I don't think she realizes her life is in danger. If your life is in danger, shoot, if you have to literally call the police on yourself and get to jail yourself, you would do it. Like, you'll do whatever it is. Like, I just think personally, calling a hotline, like a domestic violence hotline, or calling the police, actually doing both.
But in her case, I think that I just from through dealing with social services, and I could be wrong if this is a social worker or anything in the chat, please get up here. But just from dealing with social services, her situation is going to be a little bit more difficult than her just leaving and not looking back because of the simple fact she got 3 of his kids. So that makes it more complicated. You can't just walk away when you have his children. Now, if she was single, yes, she has to prove he's a danger to them first, too. She can't just take his kids and just run off. So that does make it a little bit more complicated.
She can say, I was fearful, I had to take the kids away first. Because that's what happened with us. We literally just left.
You breaking up. Something's happening with your microphone, baby. You breaking up just a little bit.
While we're on the subject of kids, I saw a couple of people in the comments saying, you know, and I hate to say it, but somebody got to be the devil's advocate. Sometimes you got to pick up kids temporarily if need be.
You got to do what if need be? That part cut out.
I'm sorry. I said sometimes you have to pick up and leave those kids. Sometimes it can be temporary, and yes, we know that's dangerous. Sometimes
the thing is, she can call CPS.
First.
Call CPS. Yeah. There's no acting ass to save your life. Take your motherfucking shit out there. Me personally, I would take my shit off and walk outside naked so the neighbors can call the cops. Somebody finna get me the fuck up out of here. And she got 3 goddamn kids with her. Look, they'd have to spend a couple nights in foster care while I take my ass to jail because goddamn it, she said she's being abused currently being abused. Then y'all witness her just disappear. Her mic was unmuted. I was calling her name. Somebody in the chat said she said he's home. So all these others sit down and save money and write this and write that and call a social worker, blah blah blah. This right here is an extreme situation. She said she's currently being abused. I don't think he's gonna let her get her correspondence from no social worker, none of that shit. To me, it's an emergency, but hey.
You're right. I get it. I understand. And I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying legally by law, when it comes to those kids, the first thing she needs to do is definitely get out and get away. So I agree with you there, but I'm just saying as far as cutting ties and not having to deal with him, period, I think that's where it's going to get a little, even if you do get her out of there, that's where it's going to get a little bit more complicated because they have 3 kids together. So she is going to have some sort of dealings with him until she can get full custody or whatever the situation may be.
I don't know. Get her out of the house first.
Something fishy is going on, y'all. Real quick, there's a couple of us that have been going through her page. I do believe that she is in a domestic situation. I know that she's not lying about that. She's uploading videos, and her last post was 2 hours ago talking about the situation. But she is also getting information from the hotepstress on some of her posts. So that's why she is like a double-sided coin right now. Yeah, she's vlogging her abuse. We're watching her channel. I didn't mean to cut y'all off, but everybody's been trying to say for the last like 20 minutes something is up with this girl, and either she's a hotepstress and she's still fence sitting, because she did say that she was like new to the whole divestment thing. So I
What
can
did I tell
understand.
y'all last week? I said when all the bitches hate us until they need to get away from a violent naker. Didn't I say that shit earlier this week?
You
They
did.
hate the divestors until the nakers start swinging on their ass. Then all of a sudden, we're an option. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I'm not with these bitches out here talking about, oh, they extreme, oh, they this, oh, they that, oh, they're toxic, oh, blah, 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 blah. But as soon as the shit hit the proverbial fan, here you come. Okay?
That's what I'm
Listen.
saying. I agree with you, DZ. The most important thing is getting her out of there. I was just saying where that could get a little bit more complicated. But I do agree with you. She does need to be out of there regardless right now. So yeah.
I don't think she's ready to go, honestly. The way she was answering these questions, I don't think she was ready to go.
Yeah, I don't think she is, because you can't make any excuses. You just can't. Even if you don't care about your life, what about your kid's life? I think all she needs to do is try and get someone to get her an Uber, and then once she's left, then you can call the police from a safe location and explain yourself why you're taking the kids away. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to start somewhere. If she's not even starting, but why are we talking about, it's the man's child? She's not even left yet. You have to leave first, even if the kids are at home, and then explain the police, okay, this is what's happening, when you're in a safe location. I think she really needs to email someone, get that Uber first, and then figure it out.
If she's on probation, that's more of a reason for them to come, because she can't be in situations that are harmful or illegal. She will get in trouble. So she should call them and say, hey, I'm on probation. I don't want to be in the situation. He's making this hazardous, and this is where my probation's at. Because once you have a warrant or you're on probation, you're in the system, you have to report everything to the police anyway. So she would have them more on her side if she's explaining that her home is dangerous, and they would further get her out because she is on probation. So yeah, there's something going on with this, because she listed 2 emails and they both look like they're for business, and I took a screenshot of them. So I don't know if she's one of these hotepsters that she got the yoni egg business or something, and she's trying to get cash apps to fund the money and then go and buy him a OZ or something. But before anybody sends her money or helps her, we need to figure out if she is actually real life
She's
serious.
not ready to go. Everything I said was, oh, the kids, oh, he's paying bills. And then the same breath, she said she had to get money from somebody else for the light bill. So you getting pummeled into the earth by somebody don't even got a coin in their pocket. I mean, come on.
If she can get money for a light bill from someone else, she can also get money for an Uber from someone else.
Then it goes back to what DZ was saying originally, to piggyback off of what she was saying. Let them arrest you.
Period. I know I'd be taking my ass to jail that night. I know I would. And then I would let them know, listen, he gonna fuck my kids up. If y'all don't get them out of there, he gonna fuck my kids up. I'd be spending time in the pokey, and my kids would be at with CPS, period. And then go from there, because they can't be being abused. And she in the comment section now, she said she wants to live. I still don't have an email from you, Cosmic Cat.
I got him. I screenshotted them.
No, I'm talking about her.
Can I say one thing?
Okay.
I'm gonna drop down.
Please,
I'm gonna drop down.
Say what
You hear
now?
me, DZ? I said, can I say one thing? I'm gonna drop down and give other ladies the time to be on the panel.
Okay.
I hope that lady does make contact with you. If she want to live, she'll make contact with you. I'm actually going to try to make contact with her through her email as well. Send her some information from my arsenal as well. At the same time, I hope that if she's really saying that she's tired and she's done and she's ready to go, she'll make that move.
She's not ready to go.
I love y'all ladies. Y'all are so awesome. Y'all have made my day. But unfortunately, I gotta leave because I gotta go clock in. And you know, we have some other women that may be getting out. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all be careful, okay? See y'all soon. Or hear from y'all soon. All right, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave as well to give some space for other people, but I'm from Scotland. I know some people in the comment section were asking, so sorry.
All right. Thanks for coming up. There's some free seats up here. I only got a couple of minutes for smoke night. You want some motherfucking smoke? Bring your ass up here. Okay. Yoni egg mammies. Why aren't y'all helping Cosmic Cat? You don't want to be toxic, do you? You don't want to be extreme, do you? Then why the fuck aren't you helping Cosmic Cat? She leans more to what you guys believe anyway. You
Girl,
know,
bye. She ain't.
relationships have trouble. That man got this issue going on. He oppressed. He's this, that, and she listen, you should help Cosmic Cat. I know you sitting up in the clouds, so you saw her info. Help Cosmic Cat instead of, saying that we bed wenches. How about that part?
Dizzy, she not a black man. She don't have a set of nuts. So that is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. That's why I said, Dizzy, come on. You knew better when you said that.
Yeah, I'm sitting up here. I'm being facetious and petty as hell because the shit is crazy. It's crazy. They come, not you in particular, Cosmic Cat, but groups of women that have issues with how the fuck we talk like to come hide behind our tits sometime when they having problems with black males. But when they in a good portion of their relationship and he's sitting up there swinging dick left, right, and center and y'all done had something to eat and he's being nice during the Netflix movie, we extreme. Okay? The Netflix movie that y'all borrowed your sister password for. You know what I'm talking about. That Netflix movie. Okay? And then you take your full ass to sleep and then he go ahead and start texting his other bitch. That y'all know how these relationships go. That's Blackistan 101.
I don't mind being extreme. I really don't. I don't mind being extreme. That's the reason why I fuck with you and I fuck with this channel, because I believe in what you're doing. That's why I said don't change shit about your delivery and nothing else. I like that we get up here to get to freely express ourselves, even if we don't always do it in the best way, even if we curse and all this other shit that people going around saying, oh, they ghetto, oh, they not feminine, oh, they this, oh, they that. I don't give a fuck. You provide the space for us to be exactly who we are and to get up here and say it like it is. I don't give a fuck who don't like that. And that's what I like about your channel. And that's why I fucks with you heavily. And you already know that.
Oh, I love you for that shit. Somebody said she's live. Okay. I'm okay. I don't know what she's saying over there, but hey, she's still in my back room as well. So
they said she's recording herself being abused on live. I don't know.
You're kidding me. Crystal Codez, are you dusty?
Yes, I'm dusty.
Yeah, and you got the fuck right back from up here every goddamn week with that bullshit.
I swear, the same dusty bitch.
I swear to God, this girl don't give a fuck what's going on. We can be talking about sexual assault of women, women being abused, women dying, all this shit. And she comes up with her cross-eyed ass. Yes, I'm dusty. You's a stupid ass bitch, girl. You stupid as hell. Serenity and Divest, are you dusty?
No, I'm not dusty.
What's up, babe?
I was calling because from what I heard, it sounds like I've had this instance happen before, and I spoke about this a few other times. Me being a manager and especially working where I work in the business that I'm in, what I found, and I've helped many of them, I found that they want help right now while the situation is dire. And they are basically trying to see, how can I get the much help and get out of this situation until I'm comfortable enough and feel empowered. I'm just saying that word because it means to feel a little better till I go back to the vomit I was in. That's what I'm hearing. She wants to be rescued, but she is not wanting to fully let go, which means she's not divested. She just wants out right now. Give her a couple of weeks, a week, maybe a day, till she can get herself together and see what she can figure out next to make it work with this, basically.
And that's a fair assessment. That really is. I get it.
We've seen it a million
And
times.
I don't want to be so skeptical, but she does want help. I do believe it because you can feel it. But I also feel just for right now, just until I feel I'm emotionally in control, till I get enough to where I can say, hey, look, I got help. You better treat me right, or I don't have to stick here with you. I'm going to do this to you to show you and come back. I'm just skeptical, and I hate that I'm so jaded like that.
Everybody in the
No, I
chat
mean,
thinks that
no,
she's
that's
scamming for
valid.
attention. That's what everybody's saying. If she came from over here with those tears and then immediately went live, I'm inclined to believe that there will be no Uber tonight, if you feel what I'm saying.
Why isn't she finishing the conversation? She knows she left off of this live to
And
go
still
live
didn't send me
here.
my email. She still didn't send the email. If you in some trouble, then what happened to the damn email? What
This is
happened?
See, it's people who play these types of games that make it hard for real women who actually need real help. I hate to say it because you got your ass off of this live to go live on an entirely different channel to talk about whatever's going on. I don't know. I haven't seen what she's over there talking about, so I don't want to judge her too harshly right now. But why are you live? If that is what I have a problem with also. I was kind of torn about it from the beginning, so I'm just gonna fall back and let DV do what she thinks is best.
I don't like the excuses. The excuses caught me right off top. She tried to say she was being abused, but then she turned around and tried to change the subject. No, we going back to the abuse, sis. That was the most important part. And you told me you had 3 kids. So
It was
like
the topic of the subject.
right. And like Aaliyah said, it makes it harder for other women to get help when you got folks that's acting like that. I don't know what she's going through. I hope she stays safe. I hope he's not gonna kick her ass tonight. And I wish the kids well. That's really all I got to say on that.
Yeah, and I mean, because it does tug at your heartstrings as a woman, and you want to jump into action mode and you want to help, especially when you're somebody who is not just about all talk. And Yeezy, you are about helping women, really, sincerely. And I've already said that from the very beginning. And people will play on that and try to take advantage of you because of that.
Look how the whole chat room stopped. Look how everybody stopped to help. We didn't waste any time. We wanted to know the details.
See, but
without the
look,
details.
that's not gonna happen on a mammy side. That's why I know we are not toxic. We are not extra. Let me go ahead and drag so I can, you know,
Yeah.
get
I'm
with
sit
get.
down, easy.
Okay, so I can get with the sisters over there on the Discord because I'm itching to say the hard R. I'm itching to say the C word. I'm itching to say a lot of stuff that cannot be said here. So let me say this. Every time one of these women come up here, we always try to help them, whether they mammy, whatever. We're trying to get them away from abuse. But the thing is, that's not going to happen on the other side. That's not going to happen. All you have to do is say that you do not date black men and they not going to help you at all. As a matter of fact, you become enemy number 1. Y'all are out here in a dystopia, a complete dystopia. And I want no parts of it. Ladies, divest as quickly as you can. Keep these motherfucking toxic ass people out of your life. They're toxic. Like with the girl that just came up here, she is not ready to go a goddamn place. Because one thing I know about black women, when they want something, they go for it. They don't make a whole bunch of excuses. I'm talking about with starting businesses. I'm talking about whatever, getting a degree, whatever. But when you start hearing excuses like that, they not ready. She's not ready. And what else ticked me off with her, what she said was she was divested. What the fuck? Girl, divestment ain't that. Divestment is a whole motherfucking league of its own. It's not like Swirler. It's not like interracial daters. It's not like rainbow swirl. It's not none of that shit. Divestment is divestment from toxicity, and it usually includes a black male. I can't stop nobody from being with whoever they want to be with, because when at the end of the day, I'm going to lay down who I'm laying down with. And I've been doing that for the past 28 years. Okay. If you want to get your ass whooped so that you can fit in, so that you can have you a black man, that's your right. But what you're not is divested. You're not. And if you're going to come tell a story, let the story make sense. You can't say you divested, but you're getting your ass kicked by a black man. That ain't never happened. Ain't never happened in this world, and it won't happen in the next. But like I said, I'm headed to the Discord so I can talk more shit. Ladies, if you want to join me, you know where to find me. I'm not even going to put my message up back here because I'm ready for the smoke. And Dusty, Big Dick Dusty, you wasn't coming up here with that goddamn name. Click my shit 3 motherfucking times. Kiss the entirety of my ass and have a great night. I love you, ladies, and I will see y'all on Tuesday.
Love you too.
Bye.
Good night.